Alright, now let's start with conditional statements. Now it is actually similar to the way you used to do in MATLAB. Okay, so if I have an expression, it has to be a conditional expression, then either true or false. So if our statement is true, then whatever inside will be run. Okay, this is the normal if condition. You can add this thing, join this thing with the else condition. If true, run this, otherwise run this. Okay, so if you want to write it in a nested format, if true, run this, otherwise run this, otherwise run this, and you can use multiple else if condition. Okay, one thing is that in Python, the else if condition is written as elif. Okay, in shorted form. So elif is written. That is one thing. Now take a look at another thing. I wrote something like this way here. This, okay, this colon sign. Okay, so whenever you are writing this kind of a statement, you have to give this colon sign here. Okay, this colon sign every time. After else, every time you have to give this colon sign. Okay, that is another thing. Okay, take a look at another thing, that is that after writing the if condition, there has to be a gap. Okay, and that is a tab gap. Okay, so it is called indentation. Okay, this, I believe you are familiar with this thing in your C programming, indentation. Okay, so you have to provide this one indentation, otherwise it is going to show you some error. Okay, so let's take a look at the example in our spider. Okay, so I have a list that is called a list. This is the elements. Let's see. If, okay, cat in a. Okay, so this is my conditional statement. If this is present in this one, if you remember from the last lecture, so this in operation provides either a true or false. So if it is true, then I have to run something, and the indentation performed is automatically generated here, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's say I want to write print something. So let's say print 10. Okay, so let's see, let's give another one. So since cat is present here, so since this is a true statement, it is showing me this one. Okay, let's take a look at again. Okay, if let's change it a little bit, cat. Okay, print eto. Now if I write like this way, else if I write this print 20. Okay, since cat it is not available in our original list, it should print 20. Okay, but there is something wrong here. Let's take a look. Sorry. So as you can see, invalid syntax. It is showing us that in the else position some invalid syntax is there. The reason is, as you can see, and the indentation is not proper. Okay, if you come here, this if and else should be in the same position, and the statement should be in the same line. There should be a 4 space gap. Okay, so if I write like this way, what you have to do, just place it back here. Okay, now if I run it like this way, as you can see, 20 is shown here. Okay, so this is if else condition. And if I want to do the elif, okay, let's do something. Now if, okay, say for example, if I write, let's copy it from here. So print 10, then do this. Okay, so now if I perform this operation, you can see 20 is shown because cat is not present, so it will go to the second line. But what if we do like this way? If I do this cat is present, this dog is also present. Now if I run it, so now if I run it, you can see only the first one is shown. Okay, that means that when you are writing this way, this else if condition like this way, nested, if this statement is true, it will perform whatever it is here and actually return the output. Okay, it will return the handle. Okay, it will not take a look at these statements again, whether it is true or false they will not see, it will return it. Okay, return the handle from it. So I hope it is clear, there is nothing complicated here. So this is the conditional statement. One other thing, that is the loop. Okay, loop. Okay, loop can be like either a for loop or a while loop. Now, so in MATLAB we used to write something like this way when you are writing for loop. So for I is equals to, say for example, 1:5, something like this, we used to write this way. Then there was some statement was written here like this way. So this was our iterator variable, that means it holds the value of this one. Okay, now in Python we write it in a different way. Okay, and Python actually offers something much more interesting. If you take a look at here, say for example, if I write for I in A, again I have to place a colon sign. Whenever I write something like this, I have to place that colon sign. If I in A, so what I want to show, I want to print I. Okay, I want to just print it. Okay, so let's take a look what actually happens here. As you can see, the elements are shown: cat, dog, chicken and tiger. Okay, whatever was in the list. So what is happening here, this for I in A. Let's see here. So when I was writing this way for I in A, so say for example I have some values. Okay, this and this. Okay, so when you write this way for I in A, this I is actually taking the elements, the items in our original list. Okay, it takes the whole item as an element, and that is the output. So for I in A, so I actually holds cat, then the cat is printed, then again go back, then I holds the dog, like this way. It is not taking the index, rather it can directly access the elements. Okay, so this option was not available in MATLAB, but this is a very easy way to write for loop in Python. Okay, now we can also do something like this. Say for example, so our x is turned 0. Okay, instead of printing, then we do something else. So x plus equals to length of I. Okay, so if I write like this, plus equal, then the x value will be updated as the length. Okay, then let's print x. Okay, let's see what actually happens. So first cat, the length is 3, then dog, the length has increased to 6, then chicken. Okay, the number of elements are 7, so added together like this way, the total number of characters in the list is 18. Okay, so I believe there will be no problem with for loop. One other thing, so there are two other things that was included in the for loop, if you remember. One was the break statement and another one is the continue statement. Okay, let me show you one thing at least. Okay, so for example, in this statement, if I do something like this, print x, then we do something if x is greater than, if x is greater than 10. So this is my condition with the colon. If x is greater than 10, I will break. That means I will break from this loop. Okay, I will return the handle. So let's see. As you can see, first, okay, so now let's make the x equals to 0 first. Just make x equals to 0 first and write the second. Okay, now let's see. So first 3, then 6, then go back, then again it turns to 13. Okay, after making the value of x or value x 13, then it finds that x value, this 13 is greater than 10, so it actually breaks, so it does not take the last element. Okay, so this is the way of writing break statement. Similarly, if you write continue, it will just continue the statement without actually following whatever it is written on the side. So there is another thing, that is the while loop. Okay, let's come here. Now x value is 13, so if I write something like this, while x is greater than 0, this is my conditional statement. x is greater than 0. So as long as x value is greater than 0, it is going to perform whatever is done here. Let's say I want to print x. Okay, now careful, if I do this it will cause a infinite loop. Okay, because x's value is always 13, I have to reduce the value or something like this. So let's make it minus equals to, similar to plus equal, I can also do minus equal 2. That means x value will decrease by 2. Okay, let's see. As you can see, first it was 13, then decreased to 2, 11. So as long as x was greater than 0, this whole operation was done. So when x value become less than 0, the function handle was returned. Okay, so I hope it is clear. We'll after doing some exercise, okay, practice problems, I hope these things will be very much clear to you.